Yeah, we have 4 children. Sadly, in 1994, our oldest son Philip died at the age of 7. That year we had just 2 children with us. Philip was 7, his younger brother Ian was 3 3/4. The year before we had a really happy family holiday on the beach in the summer, and in March one day I took Philip off to school as I normally did. It was a Wednesday. I actually had a day off from work and I took him off to school. Said goodbye to him just outside the school gate, and that was actually the last I talked to him. When Philip died, we knew that life would never be normal again, and it took months to start even finding a way forward in many ways. We were really well supported in those early days where people brought food round and we had what we needed, the basics of life. And Kath's a very good cook, but it took months before she was able to really put a meal on the table again. It was about a year after Philip died. I had a significant birthday and we decided to have a party to celebrate that and to raise money for needy children as part of that, of making a difference, I guess. And Kath did all the food preparation for that. She catered for over 100 people, and that gave her a real focus. And that was about a year after Philip had died. And it was only looking back, I guess, that we could see that our capacity for coping with life had grown. And little by little we were on our way to discovering that actually life could be a normal again, but it would be a new normal. A different sort of normal from the normal we'd known previously. And as time has gone on and we've had more children, that's become part of our new normal too.
Just a few days after Philip died, there was a couple of strangers came to visit us. We didn't know them at all, but they'd lost a son a couple of years earlier, and that was really significant for us to see somebody living, walking, breathing, even smiling, whose son had died, and we'd never met a bereaved parent before. In 1997, so 3 years after Philip died, Care for the Family ran just a one-off event for bereaved parents, and as soon as I saw that advertised, we booked onto it because that just seemed really important to meet with somebody else who knew what we were going through. And we went along to that and met a whole room full of parents who'd lost children, some longer ago than us, some of them much more recently. And again, I think we recognised we were on a journey, and looking back, we had grown, we had changed, but others further down the road we could see there was still lots of things that we needed to come to address and to work towards.
Yeah. As a result of that weekend, we had a reunion the following year, and as a result of that, coming out of that, we were asked if we'd be volunteers with a telephone befriending service that Care for the Family were thinking of setting up. And so that's how we got involved. And since 2007, we've been coordinating the work of bereaved parent support.
And of course, some of the parents who we're supporting, who may just come onto our website, we may never meet, we may never know. Those who we chat to on Facebook, but where we do see the real impact of what we're doing is when we meet people who come to our events.
And one of the things we see at events is a physical change in people from the start of the day. The hardest step that people take at our events is the one over the threshold, actually getting in there, because most people who come to the event don't want to be there because they'd rather their child hadn't died. And they come in looking drawn, tired, tense. And by the end of the day, they've discovered it's a safe place to be because there's a room full of bereaved parents who understand a bit of their loss. And they're in a safe place. They're understood. They feel more relaxed, and to even smile where they didn't even think it was possible to smile. So we see that physical change, and that is a real privilege. And we see people as well coming to the events and discovering someone else with a similar situation, and then getting in contact with them and keeping in contact and supporting each other. And that's great because we see the ongoing effects of that one day or the weekend that we've put on.
It has been a real privilege to be involved in this way in supporting bereaved parents. It's a privilege to lead our team of volunteers, and what we and them all long to see is some good coming from what has been the worst loss for all of us.